Live now.
Hello, hi, welcome to Cyber GRC podcast where compliance meet creativity and governments meet intelligence. Today is a bod Today is a blockbuster podcast. We are unpacking ISO 42001, the world's first AI management system standard, and the EU Act, the world's first AI regulation. Both promises to make AI trustworthy, transparent, and responsible, but with a big decision. So, sorry. So the big question is कि कौन बनेगा AI का असली सरकार? Will it be ISO 42001 setting global governance framework or the EU AI Act enforcing risk-based compliance rule across Europe? In this episode, we'll explore both the things and let's start it. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi Vidya, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too.
So today's session, as you said, is a very informative session for people
Yeah.
who want to understand first of all what is ISO 42001 and what is EUAI Act all about. You can take water, Vidya. It's okay. You can take water.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah, we can start.
Are you okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. So yeah, so let's begin the journey, Vidya. Let's begin with the first question. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my first question is कि what is ISO and IEC 24001? Why is everyone talking
42001.
about this? Yeah,
42001.
4200. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And why is everyone talking about it so much in context to AI governance?
Yeah. So ISO 42001 AIMS standard is basically the first standard, which is basically created for governance of AI.
Okay.
Okay. So
Mhm.
whether you are basically creating AI, deploying AI, developing AI, managing AI, you need to have AIMS standard so that you can basically have proper governance around AI. For example, you are able to manage the risk related to AI. You are able to manage the life cycle of AI. So, in order to incorporate all these things, basically, we need to have a governance standards. So, there basically ISO for 2001 comes into play, and it gives you a holistic approach, basically a risk-based approach, how to basically govern the AI. What are the important parameters around it, how exactly you need to follow the life cycle approach. Along with that, it gives you a set of 38 controls that you need to follow when you are implementing ISO 42001. Okay, so that is about ISO for 2001. Yeah,
Second question is also related to this. That how exactly does ISO 42001 brings governance to AI?
yeah. Basically, it controls the roles and responsibilities. It gives you direction. It asks you to create policies, procedures. It asks you to do a complete AI impact assessment, and accordingly, then you understand what is basically the scope of the AI. For example, is the AI not actually affecting the fundamental rights of citizens of any country? The AI is not affecting any anything which is unethical, basically, right? Like a safety of a human being and all that. So all these things play a very vital role when we talk about ISO for 2001, and that is why we need a governance around that.
Okay, so today's topic is basically ISO and EU. So my second question is related to EU. Can you please explain a little bit that what is EU AIS?
Sure, it's a very good question, and for that I have created a slide specifically. Let me just quickly share that slide on the screen. Just 1 second with that.
I would like to tell our audience that if they want screenshot of this, they can please take a screenshot of this. This might be
Yeah,
really helpful.
just 1 second with that. Yeah, so this is the slide basically where you can see these are the current three frameworks which are used globally for AI governance, right? First, you have the EU AI Act. Then you have the
Yeah.
ISO 42001, and then you have the NIST AI risk management framework, right? So these are the three frameworks. So as you can see, the EUAI Act is basically legally binding regulation. Okay, so it's basically applicable to the European Union. It is published by them, and the primary objective for EUAI Act is basically to ensure that we have
Yeah.
a safe, lawful, and trustworthy AI deployment, right? So that, see, the main thing that they are focusing on with AI is safety, right? And trustworthy AI. They don't want any AI which is actually harmful to the people and people can't trust it, right? So that is their main objective. And then when you come to ISO for 2001, here what we are discussing, it's basically a international management standard. Okay, and it is created by
Okay.
ISO. Okay, and establishes AI governance and management system like we already discussed, right? So third, what we have right now is from NIST. Okay, NIST is basically used in the US. So it's created by US National Institute of Standards and Technology. Okay, and its again main purpose is to promote the trustworthy and risk-aware AI ecosystem. Okay, it's basically created by, it's NIST is mainly used in the US, Vidya. Whenever NIST words comes, you can say that okay, it's a US base. And EU AI Act, GDPR, and all these are basically applicable in the EU region, European Union.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to our next question. The EU AI Act is quite comprehensive. How does ISO 42001 help companies comply with it?
Yeah, so very good question again. So EUA Act is basically very wide. What it does basically, it asks you to categorize the risk into all these four categories: unacceptable risk, high risk, limited risk, and minimal risk. So how ISO for 2001 helps here is that it will help you understand what are the controls. Like I mentioned already, right? 38 controls are there. So out of these 38
Hmm.
controls, you do a proper
Yeah.
risk assessment. And as per the risk assessment, you identify what are the controls that you need to apply to the high risk AI categories. Because see, unacceptable risk
Hmm.
categories, though you can't even produce, right? For example, social scoring, biometric surveillance, ये तो blocked है already. This is all blocked. You can't even create this AI. But for high risk AI, even if you are creating a AI, let's say if you are doing it for a banking system, राइट, और इफ यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर अ हेल्थ केयर, राइट? अब हेल्थ केयर और बैंकिंग में क्या है ना, दीज आर वेरी सेंसिटिव एरियाज. अभी आपको बैंकिंग में आप जाते हो, यू डोंट वांट एनी इश्यूज देयर, राइट? सिमिलर फॉर हेल्थ केयर ऑल्सो. So that is where basically they are actually high risk areas where ISO for 2001 helps you to govern it properly. Okay, that is how it is
Okay.
helping the EUA Act.
Yeah. My next question is, can ISO 42001 help global organization harmonize with multiple AI regulation beyond the EU?
Yeah, definitely. Because see, this is the main purpose of ISO for 2001 implementation, which you see on the screen, right? So any organization, Vidya, okay, make a note here. Any
Mhm.
organization that needs a structured way to manage the AI risk can implement ISO for 2001, right? अभी अगर आपको कोई भी रिस्क है AI से related, then you can definitely go for ISO for 2001. But यहाँ पे ISO for 2001, now how it helps, these are the three main parameters. Gives organization a structured way to manage AI risk. You get a structured way for that. Okay, and it increases trust, innovation, and long term success for the organization, and prepare companies automatically for the EUA Act and other global AI laws. So automatically it does that, what you are asking, right? And at the end of the day, what companies achieve is basically they are able to manage the AI risk and compliance accordingly once they have certified with the ISO for 2001. Got it?
AI in practice.
Sorry, Vidya, come again.
But does ISO 42001 ensures trustworthy AI in practice?
Yes, yes, that is there. Once you implement ISO for 2001, it gives you that
Mhm.
assurance of a responsible and trustworthy AI. Yes.
How is it possible? Can you please explain?
Yeah, because as I mentioned, ISO for 2001 is basically based on certain parameters, right? It asks you to basically make sure that the AI has proper transparency, explainability, human-centric involvement. So it has all those parameters. So it asks you to basically govern the AI based on those responsible AI parameters, and also it helps you to understand the life cycle approach of AI. Once you understand the life cycle approach of AI, when you know how the AI is creating, how the AI is developing, how the AI is being retired, when you know from starting to till the end, so then you can basically govern the AI. So that is where ISO for 2001 helps you.
Okay, that is great actually.
Yeah.
And what are the benefits of for organization adopting this in their early stages?
Yeah, so basically organization and executives that basically go for responsible AI and ISO for 2001. So this slide is for them basically. So they have better innovation, they have better risk mitigation, definitely they have proper AI governance, and it maintains trust and avoids any uh, PR crisis related to AI if any breach happens and all, right. And most importantly, responsible AI, which I already mentioned, right, it ensures that you have proper fairness, explainability, and accountability in the AI system. So these are basically the benefits. So for any organization, for executives, who are thinking to
Okay.
basically implement the ISO for 2001. Okay.
Yeah. So 42001 practically.
Sorry, Vidya, come again.
How can companies start implementing ISO 42001 practically?
Yeah, so basically you can start implementing ISO for 2001 practically by, first of all, you need to understand the standard. Okay, you need to understand how it works. You basically need to define AI policy, AI objectives, how you want to align the AI with the business goal. That is where the AI objective comes in. And most importantly, you need to identify what all AI systems are there. So for that also, I have created a slide where I have actually shown what are the different types of AI system for any organization. Let me show you that. So these are the AI roles which are actually there for any organization. Let me show you. So first of all, you have the AI provider, okay, who basically is responsible for developing the AI system. Then you have
Mm-hmm.
the AI deployer, who basically is the organization that integrates or uses an AI system operationally within its own environment for business reason, right? So deployer यहाँ पे वो business हो गया, that is using the AI, right? And then you have end consumer, like AI consumer, like you and me, individuals or organizations that are basically interacting or affected by the AI output, because we are using the AI, right? And then
Yes.
fourth part is the assessor. For example, now in order to govern the AI, in order to make sure that the AI is working properly, we need to have AI auditors also, right? So that is where either internal or external AIMS auditors also are required. So these are the four roles of AI for any organization that you see, right? And similarly, these are the types of AI which any organization will have. अ, देखो दो तरह का एआई होगा विद्या, या तो वी आर यूजिंग इट इंटरनली, या फिर वी आर एक्चुअली गिविंग इट टू द कस्टमर, राइट, टू द क्लाइंट. So this is where are the two types what we have. One is for the internal use that we are using for the organization, and second is for the client, how we are supporting the client, right? Vidya, are you there? Hello. Okay, okay, I think Vidya has lost. So anyhow, she'll join again. So anybody who is watching, whatever we have covered so far, basically if you have any questions regarding the ISO for 2001, or if you have any questions regarding the EOAI Act, uh, please let us know. We are more than happy to help you out. And most importantly, you need to understand these are the three most commonly used frameworks across the globe as of now, right? You have the UAI Act, you have ISO for 2001, and you have the NIST AI risk management framework, right? So make sure that you understand these three. It's very important from a governance perspective. Yeah, so basically it is very important that you understand this slide, because as a governance professional, as a GRC professional, it's imperative that we understand this slide properly. So any questions even after you watch this session later on, right? When if you're not able to watch it live, again, please feel free to ask any questions and comment on this particular podcast, because this is really important stuff, guys. Okay, so make sure you do that. Just bear with me for a moment. Vidya is joining again, and then we'll start. Guys, Vidya is having some issues with the camera, so she is joining again. Just bear with me for a moment, okay? We'll be back. Till that time, if you have any questions, till the time if you have any doubts, please feel free to add in the comment section. Thank you. So till the time Vidya is joining, if you are trying to implement AIMS ISO for 2001 in your organization, and if you are facing any issues, any difficulty, feel free to get in touch. Cyber GRC can help you with that. And also, if you are looking for any training sessions related to ISO for 2001, again, we can help you with that as well at a corporate level, because we are already conducting one batch for B2B corporate trainings for AIMS, right? So if you are also interested, please get in touch with me for the same. Okay. So we're just resuming the session in a bit, because Vidya is facing some issue with the camera, and we're just returning in a bit.
Hello, hi. I'm sorry, it just got disconnected, my internet.
Yeah, it's okay, Vidya. We are happy to
Yeah.
have you back. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
where
Uh,
were we? Which was the
yeah,
question
we
that you
were
were asking?
discussing about how the company start implementing ISO 42004 practically.
42001 practically, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
So basically, they have to start with the standard itself, right? They have
Hmm.
to start defining the AI policy. What are the AI objectives that they want to have for their business, right? Because every business will have some objectives for AI, right? What is the end goal that they want to reach with the AI? So those objectives they have to define, the
Hmm.
policy they have to define, and
Hmm.
most importantly, they have to identify what all AI systems are there that they have, right? So for that, what we had done is I was just
Okay.
showing you this
Yeah.
particular slide, that this slide we have prepared for basically categorizing the types of AI what any company would have, right? So two types of AI would be there. First would be basically internal to the company, where they are basically increasing their workplace productivity, and basically they are helping the
Hmm.
coding teams if they have a development team. And the second thing is basically the AI that they are providing to their customer, okay, for customer support like chatbots and
Yeah.
all, for basically giving customer insights about their data analytics and all. So for a business, the client and external facing use of AI is more important. But again, in order to enable that, you need to have internal AI also, right? So that you can basically uh,
Okay.
promote the external client facing AI usage. So this is how
Okay.
different types of AIs are there. And most importantly, they have to establish roles and responsibility. For example, who is the AI owner, who is the risk of owner for AI, who is conducting the AI impact assessment. All these things basically they have to understand and document everything, because documentation is really important with AI, you know that.
Okay. So my last and the final question is, ki what message you would like to give the organization as a GRC expert or GRC guru, we can say.
Basically, Vidya, what I have seen so far, AI is not easy. Okay,
Yeah.
and AI governance is more complicated, to be really honest with you, because people
Okay.
are thinking, that they are only creating chatbots, that they are only creating certain functionalities within AI. See, till the
Hmm.
time if you are using it within your organization, everything is okay. But when
Hmm.
you are taking it to the next level, when your AI is hitting the society, when your AI is hitting
Hmm.
complicated areas like healthcare, banking, there you have to ensure a lot of monitoring, a lot of due diligence, a lot of governance is required. Okay, so please do not take it lightly when it comes to
Yeah.
AI. Okay, because it is a new field altogether, so people are not sure what needs to be done. That is where experts like myself
Hmm.
are there. Cyber GRC is there to help you. If you have any doubts in AIMS implementation, if you want to get yourself trained for AIMS implementation, please get in touch with us. Okay, we can help you navigate the caveats which are there when you will do it yourself. Okay, because if you will do it yourself, you will come into a lot of issues and hurdles. But those hurdles we can actually help you bypass. Okay, so that is the only message that
Yeah.
I want to give, Vidya.
Yeah, exactly. And as we have discussed in our last episodes too, I would suggest people to go and watch those episodes because it was so like knowledgeable and people can gain so much from there. So I would suggest
Yes.
my audience to go and watch this episode also. We had the last two episodes and we are doing this every day, Monday to Friday. People can come and join us from 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning and yeah, that was it for today. Thank you so much, sir. It was really, really helpful for me. Also, I'm learning new things every day, and for audience also.
Thank you, Vidya, for your time. And anybody who is watching this later on, as per your time zone, because many of the learners that I have are globally located as well. They are internationally located. So again, if you have any questions in your time zone as well, when you are watching this after like 8 hours or 10 hours, feel free to add in the comment section if you have any doubts on this particular podcast, because this is really important, guys. Because AI is something that can easily go out of control very easily. I'm telling you, and that is where you would think that we would have actually done the proper due diligence. Okay, so because this is very new technology, okay, so we have to be very careful with that. So yeah, thank you, Vidya, for your time. It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Thank you so much, sir.
thank you.